Greetings YouTube and welcome to my first ever video from the Lone Star State. It was a crazy, sort of traumatic trip from Oklahoma down to southern Texas, and it was sort of like my own version of Trials of the Mad Titan, only instead of fighting Contest of Champion enemies, I was fighting hydroplaning and I was fighting drivers who wouldn't signal, and I was fighting construction traffic that made me delayed for what felt like as long as the servers were out 2 days ago. So thankfully I can report that I have made it. I am not sure if my stream will be successful tonight, but I am going to attempt to do it because that is how much I care about broadcasting, especially when I am seemingly on vacation, but I've just got my laptop and it's going to be the definition of jank and potentially disappointing. Now, I can actually segue to the definition of disappointing because we have our new daily cards, and they are things that, let's just say, leave a lot to be desired. So we're going to start, because I'm always asked to do all three of these, with the $5. You're probably only going to care about this if this is the first week in the game. $5 Signature Stone daily card. And I cannot for the life of me understand why on this $5 deal they wouldn't give you two generics. The fact that they are two class signature stones, even if you're starting out in the game, is a really, really terrible value. Now that Awakening Gem is probably worth $5. I would probably put that at a decent deal, but certainly this is something that for $5, I mean, remember, once in the game, I always say this, the Collector's Choice Crystal, a 4-star 80% chance for a God tier champion, as voted by the community, was $1. So that used to be $1, and now this is $5 for a 3-star Awakening Gem and 2 class-based RNG dependent crystals per day. I think the value of this is probably $2, but I will say if you're starting out and you've got a 3-star champion, especially if they are a God tier champion, the $5 will get you some value with the Awakening Gem. So I'm going to grade this first one at a D+, which might sound harsh, but I just think that is where it's at. Now, the $30 one is even worse because this is a class-based Awakening Gem, not a generic, something that you're probably going to get science, just talking about past RNG luck, and then it's 2 class-based 4-star signature stones as well. There is no generic anything in this deal for $30. I can't think of a worse daily card than this. This is like guaranteeing you that you get emotional leprosy every day in the game. And I don't know why I went biblical in that analogy. But hey, it's Texas. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep. We're just going to roll with it. I'm going to rate this as a solid F, but not like a close to passing F. I'm going to rate this like a 45%. For $30, I just think about all of the things that we've gotten in the game for $30 in the past for deals. And now you're giving us a 4-star Awakening Gem crystal that doesn't even determine the class. It's all luck. So like I said, you'll probably get science. And then the signature stones, which you can get fairly easily every day by completing the top milestone of daily tasks. You just get 2, no generics. I think this thing in the current state of the game is probably worth $10. And it's worth $30 for a price tag. So pass, big pass. And then lastly, the ultimate signature stone daily card, or should I call it the ultimate disappointment signature stone daily card, because it is so dang disappointing. Now, I do think if this was the one on the right and this was a $30 deal, I'd probably rate it at about a B to a B+. But because it's $50, are you kidding me? I'm going to have to rate this in the current state of the game at a generous D to D-, and it's actually not as low as it probably should be, because I understand there are people out there who have messaged me asking me how to get 4-star generics or 4-star Awakening Gems in general because they just opened a God tier champ. And even though this is a very expensive way to do it, this is still a game-changing opportunity for a lot of people because it is so hard to duplicate 4-star champs now, as there are, what, over 120 champions in the Crystal? So almost impossible to do that without an Awakening Gem. But we have seen this kind of gym before. I think it was for 800 units one time just pop up. And that was a unit-based offer, not a cash-based offer. So 800 units. We have seen that gym for essentially $25, but it was unit-based. So really it was less than that if you had any units for Arena Crystal saved up. But a unit-based offer with, I think it was it 99 Six Stones too? So you are giving us the same thing, only now you are charging $20 more. And I want to say I would have given this deal probably a C- had they given us 25 5-star generic signature stones. In fact, depending on who you're talking to, that might even be a B. But because they're class-based, and let's say you really want skill for Blade, you're only going to get, I don't know, 4 or 5 of those out of the 25, and the rest are going to be classes that you probably don't need. But overall, just a really, really disappointing deal. I am hoping and praying, because sometimes people are paranoid that they give out these absolutely terrible deals as a way to make the next deal look even better. And so I am hoping that this is like the poo-poo platter to the appetizer sampler that is July 4th. But this is a really bad sign. For the first time in 5 days, for this to be the offer they come up with, it feels like the game is stuck back in 2016 and that everybody is so thirsty for 4 stars. But we know that especially the in-game players aren't going to ever get this. So yes, this is targeted towards the middle tier players or especially the beginners, but that's why I do these videos, because so many beginners need to find out whether or not a deal is trash. I would put the ultimate Signature Stone daily card deal at about $30 of value. So instead of 50, it should be 30. I would put the middle one at 10, and I would put the far right one at maybe 2. So huge inflation increase. It's 2018, not 2016. Give us a 5-star deal, not a 4-star deal. Thanks for watching, YouTube. I'm glad I made it to Texas and I did not die in the process.